Hello student, welcome to the second video that is on the chapter number 4, that is on the steering and the suspension system of the two-wheelers. In the previous video we saw about the steering geometry for the two-wheelers, in which three factors was important for the vehicle design. The first one was the tray, the second one was the camber angle or rack angle, and the third one was the wheel base of the two-wheelers. In this video we will see about the adjustment and the construction of the handlebar and the steering column that needs to be adjusted in case of the two-wheelers. So steering system is comparatively simpler in case of the two-wheelers compared to the four-wheeler vehicle. The first thing that needs to be seen is the steering column construction. How the steering column is constructed in case of the two-wheelers. In the figure you can see one example of the steering column that is been attached in case of the motorcycle. You can see the components has been named. First one is the handlebar. The handlebar is the bar on which the handle for the driver is provided. The design of the handlebar is properly managed so that the steering of the vehicle can be easily done. Also, the handlebar design is important because from that the posture of the driver will be decided. The posture of the driver should be comfortable so that it can drive the vehicle in the normal manner and the load on the back of the driver is not in excess. The second component which is below our handbar is the upper bracket. The upper bracket is used to join two components, that is handlebar, and in the below part is the headstroke, or we can say steering stand. In the case of the headstroke is connected with the lower bracket. This lower bracket is connected in between the headstroke, and the second part is the front suspension fork. The suspension fork is connected with our steering system. So what I said in the earlier video is that the steering and suspension both are interconnected things. If we want to change the angle of the steering axis, then what we will have to change? The angle of the steering fork or the suspension fork. You can see, right? The steering angle is passing through the suspension fork. So if we want to change the dimension of the steering axis, then we will also have to change the suspension fork position. So these are all the components of the steering column, in which the steering column, the main column in which the steering passes is the headstroke. In the headstroke we have provided the steering stem which connects the upper bracket and the lower bracket of the steering system in case of the two-wheelers. Here in this figure you can see the detailed construction of the steering column. In that you can see the lock nut which is connected with our handlebar. Below the lock nut, the components, first one is the upper bracket which is used to connect the handlebar and our steering column. The ring nut, the bearing covers, and the bearings are provided with our steering column. Bearings are provided to assist the steering motion or the turning motion of the handlebar. Whenever a driver turns the vehicle with the help of the steering, it should be proper and it should be smoother. To provide the smoother operation, the bearings are attached in between the steering column. In the below part of the steering column, you can see the steering stem. This steering stem will be inserted into the front suspension fork. In the case of the front suspension fork, the lower bracket is connected with the steering stem and the front suspension fork. This is how the steering column is connected. This arrangement is known as the triple tree arrangement for the steering column. Next thing that we need to look at is the design of the handlebar. And what is the handlebar in case of the two-wheelers? Handlebar is the bar which gives us the values of the acceleration and brakes. This type of facility will be provided in the handlebar. Also the clutch facility will be provided with the handlebar as well. In the case of the handlebar, the types of the handlebar will be classified only based on the design of the handlebar. There are various types of design depending on the various vehicles or various two-wheelers that we use in the road condition. In the case of the handlebar, there are clamping has been given, and also there are risers. You can see that risers is attached on the upper bracket of the steering column, and that risers is used to fix the handlebar on the steering column. That handlebar will be fixed or clamped with the help of clamping bolts, and the clamping blocks will be given on the risers. So there are several types of handlebar. Let's see first those types. First one is the Ape Hanger handlebar. The Ape Hanger handlebar, in that case, the only thing that is different is the height that is given to the handlebar is very much higher. So this is only for the stylish look or the aesthetic looks. There are no connection with the posture of the driver or any steering ability of the driver. This is only for the stylish look for the Ape Hanger handlebar. In that case, the height of the handle is given higher so that the driver can sit straight on its sitting position. The second one is the beach handlebar. In case of the beach handlebar, you can see that the height is lower, and also the steering handlebar is kept on the behind side. When the turn completes, it comes from the behind side, which means it is coming in front of the driver's side. So driver does not have to extend his arm towards the longer side. His arms will stay like this so that he can sit in very much comfortable posture. Third one is the drag handlebar. In case of the drag handlebar, the bar is kept very smaller and it is very nearer to our steering column. So when driver drives the motorcycle, he has to just lean down a little bit and he will get a little bit leaner posture. In that posture, he will drive the bike. This type of bikes or this type of handlebars generally used in the pulsar type of bikes. Last one is the clip-on handlebar. In the clip-on handlebar, you can see that the handlebar is divided in the two parts, the left part and the right part, and it is being connected with the steering column with the help of the upper bracket. It is very near to the steering column, and the distance between two handles is very lesser in this case. The handlebars you can see in case of the Activas, Jupiters, this type of handlebars are generally used in this case. Also, the material that handlebar uses is the aluminum alloy, or you can say the nickel chrome alloy can be used. The cross section will be hollow tube type for the handlebars, and also there will be some holes drilled in the case of the handlebar to provide the spaces to give the bike brake wires, to give the accelerator wires, and to give other auxiliary wires in the case of the handles, so that the proper arrangement can be done. The location of the handlebar is also important so that the driver can easily sit and the comfortable posture can be maintained throughout the driving. Right. So in this case we saw about the steering handlebars and also about the steering column. From the next lecture we will see about the suspension system in case of the two-wheelers. Until then, thank you so much.